Hmm. So, I'm going to try to express as clearly as I can what I want to do with my life. What I want, because I was just listening to these people talking about this guy, Shri Shri Ravi Shankar, and how when they were talking to him, they felt like he was the real deal. That he was the real deal. And this is very sad to me because it's actually it's so not really what we're going for. I don't know who we are or what is the thing that we are going for, but that's not really the thing that's gonna get us to the next level, is what I'm trying to say. Because you get this guy and he's the real deal, but nothing changed. You're still who you are, your life is still the same, the world is generally kind of the same. Maybe he did something. That is not what we're trying to do. We're trying to this is not what I'm trying to do. I don't want to be the real deal. I don't want to be anything. I'm not in the equation that that I'm even trying to create. It doesn't include a person. I am not trying to be a person. I don't exist to me. There is only the thing that wants to be unfolded and spiraled out of itself, or fractal, it wants to. I don't know what do cells do. I guess cells are some kind of fractal because the thing is built like the one is kind of like the many, not literally, visually, I guess, but what I'm trying to say is that when you have a person that figures out the way that things should be done better, then it is just figured out and we move on. Like when someone figures out how to fly, now when you're born into the world, flying exists and you no longer have to sit there and think how to make an airplane, or whether flying is possible, or whether it's impossible, or whether it's even realistic, or whether how you can do it, or if it's windy. You don't have to do anything. You just fucking buy the plane ticket and fly. You're done. It works. Now I'm trying to do that for the collective, for the overarching model of society system, like the system that we have, the fundamental system that we have used as the manual for existence, because that thing is actually a piece of shit for where we are in our growth at this point. At one point it was the fucking greatest thing that could exist, and that's very true. But today there's so much. We're not at the same point. We're at a completely different level here, and there is a fucking need for all this stuff to actually happen. We need to find a way to have it so that when you're born, you're not sitting here worrying, oh shit, why is the food getting more expensive, and where is my pay disappearing, and why does the school suck, and why do I have to do this thing that sucks, and why is this guy retarded, and why is there a war here, and why is the police doing this, and why is these homeless people here, and why does my house not have this, and why. You don't have to sit here and wonder why the system is a fucking joke and it doesn't work and no one has what they want. If I succeed, if the thing unfolds, forget me. I don't exist. If the thing happens, then when someone's born, they are already in a place where things work. There's no fucking problem with the way the thing is happening. Yeah, earthquakes can happen, and yeah, we'll fix them, and maybe people die, we'll take care of them. People get sick, we can take care of them. Problems will be there, we'll be fixing them. But the thing is not a piece of shit that is a resistance in everyone's lives and makes people depressed and creates war and addiction and violence and discrimination and boundaries, and we want to fucking biases and delete our history and pretend we're the best and we're the fucking number one, and we're gonna try to take what these people have and steal it and be the best. I'm gonna cheat on you, you're gonna cheat on me, we're gonna make it apps, we're gonna sit here and who are you and who am I, and we're gonna take yours and mine and yours. And dude, this whole thing doesn't need to exist. There's enough for everyone. Everyone can have a good time. That's it. You're born, you find stuff to do, you like them, and you go do it, and you're just like a fucking tiger born into the wild, and things your life is just, it flows naturally and amazingly. This is what needs to happen. When you're born, you're like a tiger, the world is fucking perfect, and you just do what you feel like doing. This is possible. And it's not even hard. We're already almost right there. But in order to put it into play, it's like if you were to invent the engine, but there's no way to show that there's an engine when it's something like a system. So when someone makes an engine and he makes a car, people walk outside and they see the car going and they're like, "Hey bro, can you make me one like that? I'll do anything." And then now everyone's got cars. But when somebody figures out a cool system, usually, I don't know how that kind of change happens. Usually the system changes through power moves, not through people figuring things out. Although there are times when people do figure things out and things do happen. I guess it happens through expression. I have to make a clear... No. Again. No, A clear explanation, a clear expression is needed of the next level. When a clear expression of the next level has been professed, it will then start to unfold itself automatically. I don't think it's that complicated if I were to express it. Wrong again. From here, the complication doesn't seem impassable. So maybe something can happen there. Yeah. And of course, all these animals and all this nature and all this stuff is going to appreciate that, because you don't have to be born and sit here and wonder why all the fucking trees are being cut, and why all the fucking birds are getting shot, and why all the fucking chickens are being thrown in grinders while they're alive. Yeah, there's going to be a lot less problems if we just find a way to do things. If what we want, what would do that is to find a way for me to relate to myself better as an individual, for us to relate to ourselves better as a collective, and for the collective and its experience of existence to be able to relate, to have a better relationship, so that so that human beings, so that on the inside me, and on the outside, all over here, all in the system, the way we do things the way we think and are programmed is a different way that is more like, what's the way to say it? People like that the people don't feel like they are somehow separate. We feel ourselves as being the crest of the wave of being. We are the not the crest, sorry, the tip of the front of the wave. We're the very front of the wave. We're the part that is very new. We're not something separate sitting on top of it. We are it. But the tip is different, and this whole thing is always changing, and there is nothing wrong with that. But the only thing that we should figure out is what kind of change do we want? And is that kind of change going to be all right for everybody? Because sometimes we don't really consider that, I think. And of course, that's must be considered because it's all one. We are it. So hurting it is self-damage. We are being immature and blind. We're not realizing that we're doing it to ourselves. We think it's separate, but it is us. When we go and cut all the forests, then we die because there's nothing left, and it's us. So it's very, it very much is like that. And we are a very regenerative organism. So even if we kill half of ourselves, we're still gonna be here, but it doesn't mean we should. And that's the same for the trees and the animals and the pigs and dogs and cows and chickens and all these fucking things. We should like relax, pay attention to them, care a little bit. Anyway.